Good morning, all respective scholars. I'm MATHAR, Doctoral Student of Strategic Management of University Indonesia. I'm so delighted to be here on 12th International Conference on Knowledge, Culture and Change in Organization. I will present virtually my paper with the title of Aligning Project Performance to Organizational Performance, a Strategic Management Perspective. This paper presents a research model and a theoretical background. The study focuses on the impact of project performance on organizational performance in government institutions. The project management approach in Indonesia is gaining acceptance as a tool to improve the performance of government organization. The government is adopting project management to deal with project administration that has been traditionally managed intuitively and solely depend on project managers' experiences. This traditional ways is not adequate anymore, especially for bilateral or external soft-loan projects run by government of Indonesia. It has to be done in more innovative ways that engage stakeholder negotiation and information technology adoption. However, it has been theoretically questionable to integrate the project management approach to organizations' superior performance. One idea that is perhaps the most widely used term in strategic management. The attributes of project, which among others are temporary and unique, seem contrary to a sustainable, competitive, advantageous idea that led to superior organizational performance. Discussion of the synergy between project performance with organizational performance have been currently studied intensively. Strategic management disciplines have also enriched by intensive analysis of the scientific point of project management. This gives ample scope for the development of theory of discourse, especially for project-based organization. Several fundamental issues must be identified first before putting the project into the realism of strategic management. Projects that are temporary at first glance seem inconsistent with the concept of sustainable advantage, which is accentuated by strategic management. The project is a temporary effort to create a unique product or services, while project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and technique in project activities to meet or exceed stakeholder needs and expectations of the project. Although theoretically the project is defined as a temporary effort, but the consequences of success or failure of a project will have an impact on the organization where the project is built. Not only that, this impact can be extended to the public. In this context, the performance of the project becomes important as determinant of organizational performance. Performance measurement in the public sector cannot be hasty in adopting a total evaluation system of performance in private sector or business. However, the turn of New Order regime in Indonesia to Order of Reformation also brought significant changes to the face of public structure in Indonesia. Administrative and regulatory function of the government obtained an extension. For example, through the concept of enterprising the government by establishing the enterprise government body. This body can be formed by a unit of work, by government operation that serve the public, such as healthcare, education, area management, licensing, and others. To distinguish it from the function of government as regulator and policymaker, the government enterprise body can come from various levels of echelon and non-echelon in Indonesian agencies of government. There is a reward from the public in a significant proportion related to the services provided, and some are likely depend on the state funds and budget. As the date to this June 2012, the number of enterprise government bodies in Indonesia is set to 134 institutions. The issue of policy-making bureaucracy always stands in the public sector, including the preparation of organizational structure of new institutions. I quote from Polit 2008 that there is a significant relationship between project management and company performance. The trend is increasing, especially if it is moderated by strategy and structure of the project. In the context of strategic management, each project within an organization should contribute to the formulation of strategies, and now it has been formulated. This integration requires a process to prioritize projects that provide benefits for the achievement of the organization, or in other words, the organization objectives are implemented through the strategy outlined in the selection of the project that support it. Problem to be answered through this research will focus on selection of projects that align with the vision and mission of the organization, the adoption of technology to support project performance, matrix project management of organizational structure, and some review of the performance of the project regulated by the project structure. This study uses a unit of government through a national management agency general service to funds. The enterprise government body election is based on two considerations. First is an established form of government services to provide the public a supply of goods and services being sold without a priority for profit, and in doing activities based on the principles of efficiency and productivity. The importance of aligning the goals of information system strategy with the broader interests of the organization has been frequently mentioned in the literature of strategic alignment. Strategic alignment is initially defined as conformance or fit, inherently dynamic between external and internal domains, such as strategy, product or market, administrative structure, business process, and IT. Enhance economic benefits to find the exact conformity between the position of the external and internal arrangement is also one of the points of strategic alignment. Sibora states that scholars who examine the strategic alignment is generally argued that the alignment between IT strategy with the master plan is required as an internal response to the business strategy. The result of the study program management in the 90s, issued by MIT, conclude the basic framework in which it is stated that the variable that links between strategy, organizational, cultural, and other variables are related. Theory of strategic alignment is dominated by the relationship between business strategy with the strategy in the field of information technology. Business success depends on the alignment between business strategy and strategic information technology, process and organizational infrastructure, process and infrastructure, as well as taking into consideration the organization internal and external factors. I quoted from Byrne and Seto, 2000. They said that the success of aligning business strategy and IT strategy is influenced by the selection of top management to approach the proper alignment to achieve business goals and how to customize the system of external information with external market with internal information. The concept of alignment in this context of the project related to the poor functioning of the team cross-functional that causes the absence of the satisfactory result. Among others is the lack of the team building and also the lack of consensus, as quoted from Wildmont 1999. 98. But the more important is the lack of alignment between business needs and objective with project selection is the main reason why a program or a project failed. And it does mean that also failed the organizational performance. Project selection cannot be separated from the strategic orientation of company or organization. Taxonomy selection is generally divided into 4 projects, namely comparative approach, scoring models, benefit contribution or economic models, and optimization methods. Selection of the project undertaken to allocate limited resources or professional often require multiple rounds of in-depth evaluation to determine the project most appropriate information system to choose from evaluation. McFarland, McKinney, and Parent, 1983, developed a strategic planning methodology, which is the information system architecture that connects an information system project with organizational strategic orientation. Strategic components in the grid are strategic organization, organization of turnaround, organization of the factory, and supporting organization. The utilization of information and communication technology as a tool for strengthening the organization competitiveness in international market has been widely studied. Global IT strategy, for example, is a model that provides a validated process to define and measure the strategic and competitive impact of information technology on the global level. Technology strategy can be examined from 4 few points. First one is the integration of technology in a company product marketing strategy in order to position and to differentiate the product of a company and measure the cost. 2. The use of technology in economic activity that occurs in the value chain. 3. The commitment of resources in responding to the area of technology companies. And the last one is the use of technology by companies in organizational design and management technique for managing the technology function, as stated by Burgelman and Rosenblum, 1989. Technology strategy is an instrument that can be used to supplement the understanding of corporate strategy. From the point of competitive advantage, the use of appropriate technology strategy will have implication on a company's product differentiation and lower production costs and services, and allows company to build a network and open up new market opportunities. All respective scholars, now I'm talking about the corporate technology strategies come from the evaluation of technical capabilities of the company. Yet the technology strategy is not the only factor affecting the dynamic of the company technical capabilities. Some of the elements that make an impact of the company's technology development are development of technology by following the curve trajectories, interplay between the development of the design, the emergence of new technologies, the consequence and opportunities or threat of an invention technology, the maturities or renewal of technological innovation to contribute to value creation and improvement of the organization, and as quoted by Van de Ven and Carrot 1989, changes in the organization due to the intrusion of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, the next variable that I propose is negotiation ability. Negotiation can occur anytime. Negotiation is not only a reciprocal process, but also it engages the diplomacy skills, excellent sales skills, the ability of high fighting spirit that happens in everyday life. Sometimes negotiation is used in critical situations such as negotiating a new job, or very, very simple and used in practical situations such as job posting issues, etc. However, the structure and the negotiation process remains the same at both individual and organizational level. Negotiation characteristics are: there are 2 or more parties involved in the negotiation process. There are difference of interest or probably conflict between 2 or more parties involved in the negotiation process. the negotiation made by the interested parties because they thought that they could use its influence or their influence to get a better deal by negotiating compared to simply give the negotiation opponent. And as one, the party will negotiate an agreement rather than to be openly or still give it away. It will resolve to the level of communication or conflict. There are 4 types of strategy in negotiation. The first one is competition, second one collaboration, the third one is accommodation, and of course, last one is avoidance. By understanding all the above concepts in a holistic manner, we can link between the theory and technique of negotiation with the implementation of information technology in project management. Negotiations are needed in the implementation of information technology. A successful project manager can be regarded as a reliable negotiator because they are key to a successful negotiation. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we can say that this research will focus on performance measurement in public sector, which touch the input and the output component. Input in the strategic plan is a unit of output measured in performance report. And also the definition for the performance in strategic management has the context for not only related to the performance, but also include things like success, firm's value, expectations, sustainability, and profit outcome. Basically, the performance accountability communicates the achievement of the performance of government agency for a period of time. Achievement of performance in this period compared with establishment performance, and also the performance of project within organizational or one organization and government bodies. And we use also the annual benchmark for the success of the organization. Analysis of the achievement of performance against the performance plan will enable us to identify a number of performance gaps for performance improvement in the future. Thank you very much for your kind understanding and kind attention. Ladies and gentlemen, after developing the theoretical background and also some example of the project performance and organizational performance, I come to conclude that we could propose a research design in which we link project management and project management performance with the performance of organization by measuring another variable such as IT adoption, negotiation capability, and also project structure, which are mediated by the alignment of corporate strategy. Thank you very much for your kind attention.